All right, so let me tell you a little secret right now. Let me tell you how I got this property. This property is actually been listed for over 280 days. The person that's owned it actually owned it originally, and then I think it was converted to condos. He sold one unit and he couldn't sell the rest. So he had to buy the units that he sold, and he has all 5 units right. He have it all back right now. So he have all 5 units, but it's also under a condo regime. So when I spoke to the agent, I looked at the different property actually before I came over here, and she told me about that property. She said, look, bro, I got a very motivated seller that's interested to sell this property, and I think it's something that you're gonna love because you did something down the street that's very similar to it. We did in 2010 a 7-unit conversion down on the same street, down the street over here, and we were very successful with that. We were actually the highest price per square footage seller in 2010, 2011, and we started basically bringing all the properties in the French Quarter to the next level price-wise. We bought this building 2010. It was actually a foreclosure from the bank that I'm working with for 25 years now, and they took me to see it. And this is another source of getting great deals. Just talk to your bankers that you're banking with, and then they finance it, because they come sometimes to foreclosures and they tell you directly, and before they take it out, because they want to make sure they can sell it quickly and get it off the books. So we bought it 2010, 7,000 square feet. It was 7 units that we did, and we bought it, I think, for like $150 per square foot, and we sold it after we renovated for $550 per square foot. I think we put about $150 in square foot in renovations. So this was like the next level price-wise, and since then, in a quarter, prices are between $550 to $750 per square feet. This opportunity right now, I think it's very similar. The only thing over here is this property is in much better condition than the other properties that I bought, because I don't have to do much renovations over here. I need to do a little bit TLC. So a little paint, a little putty, a little paint, make a property what it ate. So it's gonna look beautiful after we're finished with it, and I think we can get more rent over here, and we can make sure that in the next 5 years this property will be in the level that it needs to be. Like I said, the asking price is $1.6 million. After I close, I'll tell you how much I bought it for. And our owner financed it. It was 15% down, 15% down, at 7% interest. So it's actually lower from what the bank will charge me right now. Bank right now in commercial will charge me between 8.5% to 9.5%. I'm getting at 7% because he can get better return than a CD in the bank, and not deal with the tenants, not deal with paying insurances, not deal with paying property taxes. I take all of this out of his hand, and that's why he loves it. He's still making income per month for the next 5 years, interest only. So he can get close to the price that he wanted to start with, but I can buy it in a cheaper price because I will pay interest regardless, whether to him or to the bank. I'm getting it in a much lower cost per month that I would have got it from the bank, because the interest rate is lower and it's interest only. So my cash flow will be much better than going and get financing right now from a bank. In a traditional financing was 20% down at 8.5% to 9.5%. Right now my note is much lower. I can improve this property in the next 5 years. I can get more cash flow, and also we are in the French Quarter, so that means that this is an historical building. I'm getting 25% plus 20% tax credits for all the renovations that I'm doing over here from the state and from the federal government, because in the French Quarter you have these programs that you can get this money back from those taxes as a form of a tax credit. And if I spend, let's say, $500,000 in renovations, I will get 45% back in the form of tax credits on it. So that's another great value. And that's why I'm telling you, this is why the wealthy people get wealthier. Because with those tax credits, you don't have to pay taxes. You can credit it for the next 10 years probably if you have to pay taxes. Or you can sell some of it. So if you get, let's say, $100,000 in state tax, you can sell it for $90,000 cash. You don't have to get it, because if you don't pay state tax and you don't use it, you can sell it and have other companies that buy it from you, and they still get it cheaper, and they still make a little bit of profit on it, and they give you cash instead of holding it and not do anything with it. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities in investing in real estate. You just need to know how to get the properties, where to look for them, how to put the deal together, and get the right team around you. Because I learned all of that from the lawyers that I hire, from the architects that I hire, from the real estate agents that I'm working with. I didn't come to this knowledge in one day. But when you put a great team around you, you can basically create a okay deal and make it a tremendous deal that make you a lot of money in the end. So if you're interested in learning about all that, tell you what, leave comments. I'm probably going to put a workshop together on YouTube that we can have questions and answers and talk more about financing, real estate purchasing, acquisitions, rentals. And I'm trying to respond to everybody that's comment. I'm sometimes even calling people that leaving me their numbers to discuss with them properties that they purchase or trying to purchase. So I'm more than happy to help people.